Welcome, my friends, to Unity of Fort Myers virtual Sunday service. We are grateful you have joined us this morning, whether in person or you're listening to it later after downloading it. We are so grateful to form a greater community of people wanting to lift up this world with hope and inspiration and love and compassionate service. So, my name is Reverend Carla McClellan. I'm the interim minister at Unity of Fort Myers, and with me today is the very beautiful Heather DeRocher. And Heather is my platform assistant, and she has a few announcements she'd like to go over with you before our service begins.
Good morning and welcome. We're blessed to have each and every one of you joining us here now, if it's on Sunday or if it's during the week. And it's a delight to be here with you and Reverend Carla and all of Unity Fort Myers. And the wonderful thing is we still have so many things happening and going on right now in our homes where we can connect. So we have classes going on. We have Reverend Carla available to us on Thursdays. So please visit our Facebook page, visit our website, visit the office through the phone, and go ahead and find out all the things that are happening and all the ways that you can connect. If you have prayer requests, please email them into the office. You can call and leave a message. You can put in the chat on the Facebook right here, right now, any prayer requests that you have. Our prayer team is still available to us. So we thank you very much. And we hope that you are still connecting and possibly even in more ways now that you can do it anytime, all the time from your home.
And now let us begin our service in prayer. My friends, may this day be for all beings a day of peace and blessing. May it be a day of safety and well-being. May the rising sun infuse us all with inspiration and hope. May every mind be filled with light. May we give and receive only kindness. May we accept and offer only healing. May all beings come to know a deeper level of happiness, and may we all move closer today to true awakening. For we know wherever we are, God is, and all is well. This morning, our readings are on curiosity. And here's what Albert Einstein said about curiosity. The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery each day. May we never lose a holy curiosity. The best thing for feeling sad, replied Merlin, beginning to puff and blow, is to learn something. That's the only thing that never fails. You may grow old and trembling in your anatomy. You may lie awake at night listening to the disorder of your veins. You may miss your only love. You may see the world about you devastated by evil lunatics, or know your honor trampled on in the sewers of lesser minds. There is only one thing for it then: to learn. Learn why the world wags and wags its fears or distress and never dreams of letting go. Learning is the only thing for you. Look at what a lot of things there are to learn. Focus there. Listen with curiosity. Speak with honesty. Act with integrity. The greatest problem with communication is that we don't listen to understand. We listen to reply. When we listen with curiosity, we don't listen with the intent to reply. We listen for what's behind the words. We listen for what is behind the words.
Nothing is impossible. Dreams are made to fly. When you blow by every obstacle and move like you're unstoppable, nothing is impossible. They call him the Wizard of Menlo Park. Nothing is impossible. He waved his wand to slay the dark. Nothing is impossible. A bright idea that would not die, 'cause he kept up the fight. Thomas tried 1,000 times before he saw the light. Nothing is impossible. Dreams are made to shine. When you blow by every obstacle and move like you're unstoppable, nothing is impossible. There's a place inside of you where nothing is impossible. Oh, the great things you will do, 'cause nothing is impossible. You were born into this world with everything you need. Hold on to your heart, the magic starts the moment you believe. Nothing is impossible. You want to shine. When you go by every obstacle and move like you're unstoppable, nothing is impossible. There's a place inside. Those are great things you will do. Nothing is impossible. If you believe
Nothing is impossible, my friends. And thank you, Stogood, for reminding us of that truth. Nothing is impossible. There is a place within each and every one of us that is unstoppable. We often let ourselves get stopped there. But as we breathe into the awareness that no thing can stop me from my greater good, that there is that within me that has the wisdom and the power to move past whatever the block is, then life takes on a whole new meaning. Last week, we talked about how we were being called at this time to stand at the edge of our knowing, to stand there and to be willing to jump into that unknown, to be willing to jump into that unknown and to do it holding the hands of others who are willing to be that unstoppable presence, because that presence is within each and every one of us. And that presence needs the shared energy of other energies to lift it up, to carry it forward, to create what has never been created before. Wow, it sounds like an incredible task, doesn't it, my friends? But it is possible, and we are the ones who are called to this task today and in the months to come, for we are creating a new reality. Several years ago, oh, why don't I be real? Many years ago, I had the delight to spend the summers with my grandson before he started school. And so one of the things that I would do with him is I would sit and watch a couple of his favorite cartoons in the mornings with him. And one morning I'm sitting there listening, and this voice says, "Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?" And I thought, wow, that is a very metaphysical question, because it wasn't asking, are you hearing what I'm saying? It's asking, do you see what I'm saying? And so that requires deeper self-reflection. It requires a joining together with the speaker in a relationship that creates something even deeper. I remember years ago, and there's many of you at Unity of Fort Myers who will remember this. We had Mark Nepo to Unity Village when I was doing retreats. And the biggest takeaway I have from that retreat is Mark Nepo saying, "Why ruin a good question with an answer?" Why ruin a good question with an answer? And so, my friends, we're listening to everybody in the world right now for an answer, for our answer of how to be safe, how to wisely move through this pandemic we're all facing. And the wisdom that I believe that we all have is found within. When we turn within and we begin to simply ask questions of that still small voice inside of us. We do have the answers. We do have the answers, and they won't be found alone or in one person. The answers will be brought forth by three qualities: curiosity, caring, and courage. Curiosity, caring, and courage. We've never faced a time like this before. And so, what does curiosity give us? Curiosity has many, many benefits. One of the benefits of curiosity is it helps us to thrive, because we can't look to the past to know how to solve the problem right here, right now. We have to be curious about many different ways. And in that curiosity, if we really want to thrive, we have to be curious with other people and other countries and other ways of doing things. We have to be willing to collaborate, to partner with others, to not just be listening, to wait for an opportunity to speak, but to be listening in a deeper way, to be linking our imagination with our eyes and our ears. We have to be fully engaged in what is the next right step to take. Curiosity helps us to thrive. Curiosity boosts achievement. What one person can find by being curious excites other people to begin to become more curious and to learn new things, and then to share those things. In that boosting of curiosity will come many, many answers to many problems we don't even know we have yet. And so that whole idea, are you seeing what I'm saying, is that call to be willing to put aside what I've known in the past and be present to the wisdom that is here today. What's most interesting for me to think about today, to read about today, to share with others today? Curiosity is our way through the confusion and the chaos of the world today. Curiosity strengthens our relationships. When we listen to one another to understand not just the words, but the intention behind the words, we form a deeper relationship with the person or the people we are listening to. When we are willing to be empathetic, to care more about the person and the relationship than maybe even the words that are being spoken, miracles begin to happen. Relationships strengthen and they deepen. And in strengthening and deepening our relationships, we can move forward with the energy of anything is possible. For one of our greatest fears is that we're all alone and nobody cares. And this is so not true. But in a time when we're isolated in home and keeping from doing our routine tasks, we are spending more time alone, which gives us a great opportunity for self-reflection and self-practice, our spiritual practices, and also to become curious, how now might we connect? You know, last week in the class I did on Tuesday, Practicing the Presence by Joel Goldsmith, our assignment this week was to see God everywhere. And when we looked intentionally to see God everywhere, to write down if miracles began to happen for us. And in doing that and looking for the miracles and writing down our awarenesses and being willing to share them next week, we're connecting together in an energy field that is bigger than any bubble we might find ourselves in. Looking for God everywhere allows us to expand our vision beyond crisis, disaster, pandemic, illness, death. You know, I feel a little guilty when I talk to my family and my friends in New York, because when I'm talking, I'm hearing sirens down the streets over and over and over again, that people are getting very ill there. Yet in my little isolated ridge that's 3 miles from Unity Village, it's very peaceful and quiet and beautiful. I don't know anybody personally who has gotten sick from this virus, nor do I necessarily want to personally know somebody, but I know I'm personally affected by everyone who is sick. But it feels almost to me like we're living in alternate universes. Do you know what I mean? It's you can see where there is confusion, how one place can be dramatically in trouble with medical equipment, with not having hospital beds, by not having enough equipment to keep our frontline medical team even safe, to looking out my window and seeing this gorgeous, beautiful, sunny day, and knowing inside of myself I have everything I need. But I am every minute of the day as much a part of that crisis as that crisis is in my day, because we are connected in this web of influence. And so it is important for me to be aware of what's going on in the pandemic, but not to dwell there, but to become curious as to what can I do? How can I make a difference in what I am hearing? What could I give? Could I make face masks? The answer for me is no, you wouldn't want a face mask I'd make. But there are things I can do. There are people I can reach out to. There are prayers that can be spoken. There's food that could be delivered. There's people that just need to know somebody is thinking about them. I have many clients and many people that I'm spiritual director for, and I have this process where if I think about somebody, I immediately reach out to them. And it's been incredible to me the amount of times people have said, "Oh, you must be psychic." No, I'm not psychic, but we are interwoven together. And when we have a yearning or a need, that goes out into the universe too, that you can respond to in a way that will uplift and bring some healing into someone's life. I got an email this week from one of our congregants who said that she was going to have a small group, 4 people, into her home, social distancing, masks on, gloves, the whole bit. And she said, "I know each and every one of us would love a virtual hug from you." Yeah, absolutely. You know, of course I can give a virtual hug. Of course I can bless each and every person coming together. Of course I can amplify that positive energy by sharing it with lots of other people. You know, curiosity improves the health care not only of the patient, but of the healthcare provider. The more you care about and are curious how to help the patient, the more the patient trusts and invites you into that helping. There's a blessing for both. And the health is improved not only through this caring relationship, this bond that healthcare and patient form together, but also because when we're curious about helping, when we're doing something to help, we're also happier. We're more engaged in life. Learning something new, stretching ourselves will always get us more engaged in life than doing the same things over and over and over again. That's why questions are vital to our growth and awakening and renewal. Never ruin a good question with an answer is makes me laugh. As well as that, are you seeing what I'm saying? Am I seeing it with you? Am I courageous enough to let go of my ego, which will always react first, to just say, stop it, get thee behind me, Satan, and open myself up to a greater way of seeing the person, the story, and what's behind it, and be willing to engage in a vision that is brighter, more influential, and more interesting than my opinion or judgment of what is really being said. Don't we quickly go to judgment when we hear somebody say something? It's natural, it's normal for us, and it's blocking our healing. It's blocking our rising up to our faith to move mountains. We're in it together. Let's not be the deciders of the way in it together means. None of us know exactly what it means, but if we stay curious, if we ask each other questions, if we're willing to care more about the relationships than we are about our opinions of the relationships, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, I stand in unshakable faith that miracles are happening. And I invite those miracles in. And I know it has nothing to do with magic, but it has everything to do with us being willing to bring out the best of us and bringing it out in a way that is courageous. So in closing this morning, I'd like to close with this statement. May you pray for wisdom and receive it. May you have eyes to see and ears to hear, so that you be transformed by the renewing of your mind, be able to see God's faint path unfolding, and hear the small, still voice of Spirit calling you forward into God's perfect will. And now, my friends, let's prepare for a time of meditation, a time of going in towards God's perfect will. Just breathing in and letting go. We acknowledge our willingness to be guided by something greater than our mind. We listen for the call of that still small voice within us. I pray for wisdom, and I allow myself to receive it. May God's will open my eyes to see and open my ears to hear. I am transforming As I follow God's will, that transformation takes place in an orderly way. And my mind is renewed by knowing all things are possible. All things are possible. I feel movement in my heart as I am uplifted into possibility. There is a burning within me to know God even more. To love even more. To serve this world even more. And I rest in the stillness and listen for the wisdom. Having listened to the will of God, I now enter in to the rest of the day with eyes wide open, with ears willing to listen, and with a curious mind to ask questions that heal and serve the best in everyone I meet. And so now we move into the time of our Lord's Prayer, spoken today by Heather.
And now, let us join together in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on heaven as it is on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from error. Amen.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. It will never stop, the kingdom of heaven. And now our offering, Heather.
And so we give thanks to each and every one of you for supporting us at this time. There are many ways that you can share. You can text the word Give Unity Fort Myers to 44321. There is also a link here that you can use for a mobile device or tablet. And the donate button on our website is another way that you can share with us. We are grateful for all these offerings, and we thank you very much for using this technology to continue to support the work that we do in the world.
And so as you gather together your love offerings in your hands or your phone or your checkbook or however you intend to share with us, we do so by saying, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give. And I am grateful as I share it with my family at Fort Myers and my family around this world. Amen. I want to remind you all that my class is on Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. It's a Zoom class. The link is posted in our newsletter and on our website. It's a drop-in class. We are studying the book of Joel Goldsmith, but truly it is an opportunity to just build relationship, practicing spiritual principles. Call me on Thursdays. I have dedicated Thursdays to Unity of Fort Myers. Just text me a time that works for you and we can set up an appointment, or call me or email me. I don't want anyone to feel left out or excluded from the joy that we are creating here virtually at Unity of Fort Myers. So let's take an opportunity now and bless our children of all ages. Heather?
And so I invite you to warm up your hands as we do every Sunday, and to hold all the children of the world of all ages in your hearts, and let us join together and bless them. You are loved, special, and important. We behold and bless the Christ you are.
And let us close by knowing that there is peace on earth, and it does begin with each and every one of us. And Heather, let's close with that prayer of protection now.
And so join together with me as we say, as we do every Sunday at the end of our service, the light of God surround us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well.
Thank you all for a wonderful Sunday experience. Heather, thank you for supporting me during this service, and thank you, Reverend Kelly Isola, for producing this virtual service for y'all online. Until next week, stay curious. Are you listening to what your still small voice is asking you? Bye now. Be blessed.